You know what keeps most people stuck? They see someone bigger in their niche or their space and they think, what's the point? They already own this topic. But here's the thing, that bigger creator, they thought the exact same thing when they started. And if they let that voice in their head get into their head and stop them from taking action, they would have never grown their audience to the size that it is today. And they would have never been that authority in the space. But here's the thing, if you're looking at bigger creators in a certain space and you're letting that stop you, you're thinking about it completely wrong. That person that's way bigger than you, they're not your competition. They're literally a green light showing you that there is demand in the niche that you're creating content in. They're proof that people actually care about the topic, and they did all of the hard work validating that there is actually interest in the niche and people care about that specific topic. So they did all of the hard, dirty work. Think about it. If there's no one talking about your topic, that's the actual scary scenario, because no one has actually went through and tested and did all of the testing to see if people are interested in the space, because there's also a chance you could go ahead and create tons of content for months and months and months just to find out that nobody actually cares about that space and it's completely dead. But when there's someone huge in the space, which is oftentimes a deterrent for people from starting, you should think about it the opposite way. They already went ahead and did all of the hard work, showing that people care about the topic, there's an audience for it, people are consuming content, and people have demonstrated purchasing behavior. And when you're a smaller creator, there's advantages as well. People tend to trust you more because you're smaller, you don't have a bigger audience with hundreds of thousands of followers, so people oftentimes will relate more to you. They'll see themselves in you, and yeah, they'll just relate to you. Plus, you could also test and iterate a lot faster. So for example, a bigger creator who already has established their content style and topics in a specific space has to take a lot longer and has to undergo a lot more testing over the course of months to kind of switch over their brand and start creating different content. However, if you are a smaller creator, you don't have anything to lose. You could test different content styles, different topics, and iterate very rapidly to find your niche pocket audience. So moral of the story, stop looking at bigger creators within a space and letting them deter you from getting started and actually creating content within the space. You have to start looking at them as validation, showing you that people care about the topics in the space and that there's demand for it. So don't let them be a roadblock and just start creating content.